Yo.
Hey everybody, it's your girls Queens Koni and Jeid LJH.
Yes.
We are the founders of Sound Mind and Body Wellness, where we offer therapeutic massage. All right. So we offer massage therapy for people with chronic emotional and physical pain. As mothers, ex-athlete, and ex-general store manager, we know what it's like dealing with overcompensating muscles and emotional stress. We understand the impact and the lack of awareness, codependency, and stress that can take place in your life. And so, whether you are experiencing emotional and/or physical pain in the neck, in the back, in your sciatica, we are here to support you on the road to healing. And so, here is your gift certificate to enjoy a complimentary 30-minute session on us. All right, you guys, visit soundmindandbodywellness.com or SMBW2.com to redeem your gift. And y'all already know what it is.
Y'all know I got to do that. Yo,
not our company sponsoring our podcast. And
it's
just having
so
to
good.
add.
It's so good.
That is so awesome. Oh my gosh. First of all, y'all, welcome back to season 4 of Bits of Tea.
Yes.
With your girls. It has been, a round of applause.
Hand clap.
It has been what feels like forever since we've been on the scene. However, so much life has happened and we have so much more to share with you guys, and we're happy to be back. I'm excited.
Absolutely. Now, the thing is, this is new to us. So I was really wanting to see, we've got some participants right now.
Yeah, that's
how
cool.
the audio is coming through, but I don't even know where the chat is. That's the thing. So you got your phone with you? Can you get into the live real quick?
I do
see
have
if you
my
can,
phone.
You can handle the
do.
chat, because we give us a thumbs up or let us know if our audio is coming through, because we really need to know right now.
And honestly, guys, like this is super new for us. We've never streamed via live on YouTube.
No.
And we've got our own production going on right now, which is super fun because we've got like a switchboard, we got these cute little mics, the holder, the ring light. I'm so feeling this vibe right now.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna be on here just for fun. So
I love it.
I gotta find.
So Queen Koni is gonna check out now. I think if you go to I was gonna say hit
Let me see.
Yeah. That's how we did it before. But you guys are gonna be
let us know in the chat if you can hear us. And all
as
that
I was
stuff.
saying, you guys are in for an amazing
I don't
topic
know how to find
of
the live
discussion. Let me see it real quick.
Yeah.
You go ahead and talk to the people real quick. Let me see what I can
do. Okay, so tonight we're going to get into a really courageous conversation, okay? And it's all about how to overcome your unworthiness when you're in a healthy and aligned relationship, right? Like just because you're in a really good place with your partner doesn't mean that sabotage doesn't exist and try you to maximum capacity. And so the title of the show is I Want a Divorce, and it's for good reason. And so
I'm laughing over here because y'all already know what time it is. Y'all already know what time it is.
And so before we get into the tea, for those of you who are joining us for the very first time, these conversations are going to hold the intention to shift your perspective, reframe your thoughts so that you can reframe your behaviors. Okay. Because oftentimes we're not aware of what we are doing that's contributing to the outcome in life. Like we literally are oblivious to our actions because of the unconscious thoughts that's playing in the background. And so it's our intention to share our real life experiences and stories so that you can learn how to move through your own shit more seamlessly. That's the best way that I can say it. But then we also like coming to the table like this is therapy for us, especially me. Like I thrive with talk therapy. Being able to talk to somebody that I feel safe with allows me to become vulnerable so
Right.
that I can actually get to the core root of the issue. And when I can get to the core root of the issue, that's where I have the most power, because now I know how I can create change. And then, it goes from there.
So yeah, guys, unfortunately there was a toggle on the live that says not for kids, but because it says for kids, we are not able to do the live chat right now. So there
Child.
is like a button in there that is like as you're going through and we're putting our stuff in that you got to toggle off. So
Wow.
you guys can definitely, I want you all still to, if you can, do the comments below. So any questions and things like that you
True.
have, what we can do for the next episode is address those from
I like
this,
that.
yeah, from this episode, and then we'll go right into the episode again from the last time. So yeah.
That's real. And I love, you know what? That's so fitting,
Yeah.
because when it comes to like expansion and doing something new and doing something for the first time, which a lot of us are as
Yeah.
creatives, we don't do it because we feel like we're not enough, or we don't have enough, or we don't know enough.
Yeah.
However, when you just get started, even if you don't have everything in order, you learn quicker.
Yeah.
So here it is. We're on here live, real time, not really understanding the dynamics of like how to work the YouTube live. And we've already learned like, oh, okay, for the next one, we know toggle off, this is not for kids, so that the live chat can open.
Yeah.
So let this be an example for you if you've been sitting on an idea or creation or some type of expression, to just go ahead and just do that
do it.
shit. Like, it really doesn't matter. It's okay to mess up. Who cares? Like, it really truly doesn't matter. And y'all, the only reason why I got these shades on is because these are my first pair of Ray-Bans that I've been wanting a pair of
like Ray
Ray-Bans
Charles
for a
over there,
minute.
child.
And I just feel so cool wearing them. But like, that's the only reason why I have them on. I feel them
Right.
myself.
Right. We got some more folks coming in. Again, I'm gonna say this last time, and we're gonna dive in.
Okay.
The live chat is not turned on right now, because we didn't toggle a button. So in the comments below, if you have questions, drop them in there, and we'll address them on the next episode. So
Yes.
let's get into it. Let's
Wait.
go.
Well, let's get into it. But make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe.
subscribe.
Okay, this is new.
Let me not forget that. I forget the camera is right here as well, because I'm looking here, but it's right there.
But I like looking at myself. I'm
Yeah.
fine. But like, share, and subscribe, family, please. We want as many people to tune into these conversations as possible. I personally am on a mission to activate divinity for 2023, because I've been activated in so many different ways. I'm ready to activate more people, because the world needs you, just like the world needs us.
I shaded that.
So,
yeah.
You ready to dive in?
Yeah, I don't even know where to start.
Girl, I'm going to start it off.
Of
because
course she's going to start it off, because I've been working her last nerve. Okay, so you already know what it is. I'm the corporate, I'm the drama queen. I brings the drama, I brings the excitement to the relationship, I brings the self-sabotage. Okay,
honestly. And okay, so I want a divorce. So for those of you who do not know, we are partners in love as well as partners in business, and just partners in life overall. However, recently we've been moving through this probably the entire time we've been together, to be honest. Like, this is not nothing new. This is not nothing new. But this time right here, this particular time, is different for me on the other side of it, because of my own evolution and my own shit that I got going on, how I'm moving through it.
Absolutely.
So basically, long story short, you guys, every time Jade moves through her own darkness, which we all do, right, for justifiable reasons, she feels as if she's not like worthy enough to be in this container.
Yep.
And when she's in these spaces, sabotage be sabotaging. Okay, like sabotage tries her to maximum capacity, and the bitch want to fight. And I'm ready to fight. Like, what's good, sis? We can take it outside. What's good?
Yeah, I get so tired of it. Though,
and so basically, she's not wanting to be a bitch in those moments, and hurt my feelings, and just be a part of that exchange, because it doesn't feel good at all for nobody.
No.
And so she just always throws in my face when she's moving through those moments. Not particularly I want a divorce, but like, yo, I want to leave the relationship. Right? Like, we haven't had our wedding yet. And maybe it's for good reason, to be honest, because that's a major. Okay,
You already
that's
know
a
what.
major. You know what? Traffic, y'all not fit to try me. But
Facts.
that's a major contrast. It's like if we are aspiring to, have a wedding and be married and share our love with the world, and then behind closed doors, sabotaging every other month, talking about I want to leave. It's kind of difficult for that reality to take place for me.
Facts.
But anyway, so the topic of discussion for tonight is how to overcome your own unworthiness when you're actually in a healthy and aligned relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Because just because, you're in a good space with someone doesn't mean that your unworthiness also doesn't exist. It does.
Facts. Yeah.
It does. So I'm going to pass over the mic to you. Give the people a little context about,
Yeah.
what you move through and what it's like.
Listen, so it just really comes down to, you know, not, I know, basically, let's start here. I know what I have, I know what
Mhm.
I carry. So it feels, my cross feels super heavy, right? So I'm not wanting to
Mhm.
pass this cross over to Coney or, have her to deal with any of it. It feels like a burden to me.
Mhm.
So if it feels like a burden to me, of course, that reflection out is like, it's definitely got to be a burden to her. She could tell me all day long, like it's not. But what ends up happening when I'm moving through these transitions, I end up hurting her feelings. She says I don't, but it feels that way. I snap, I'm moving all types of sharp ways. I might, you know, ignore her, this, that, the third. And that's because of the thought processes and the things that I'm going through. Now, it's a practice. We talk about this all the
Mhm.
time, right? So I've spent more time in negative thought processes than I
Right.
have in the positive thought processes.
Mhm.
Okay. So I know that it's a practice. And it's just when I'm high, let's speak about that. Let's just speak about
The moment that
the
actually
moment that
happened.
actually
Right.
happened.
Yeah.
So I was in this mode of, okay, while Coney was attending to a client, I had some space. We had some space between us.
Mhm.
And with that space, I was um giving myself, love, attention, doing what I need to do,
Mhm.
actually, doing my breath work, researching like you wouldn't believe, and just, in my mode. I was on cloud number 9. The love
Mhm.
was awesome, you
Mhm.
know what I'm
Everything was
saying?
great.
The affection was there, and I was like, yes, this is Jade. This is my higher self, right?
Right.
The next thing I know, it's getting closer to Kimmy to come back, and we start talking about things in the future because I'm
Mm.
working on being present, and we start talking about things in the future. So the first thing that I realize is that my internal body, like, I stopped breathing. I
Mm.
stopped breathing. I wasn't breathing anymore. I was holding my breath, right? And
Mhm.
we had went to go grab some Thai, and Coney literally had to look at me and look at my body mechanics, and it was literally like every muscle
Like
in my
tense.
body, yeah, was tense.
Holding.
I
Mhm.
was holding, and she just was like, Jade, take a breath. And I was like,
Take a deep
and
breath.
I didn't realize the state that I was in because of the conversation we had about the future.
Right.
And from that moment, like, I was like, wailing, like tears were coming down my face, and I literally spiraled
Triggered.
down. I was triggered. I'm working on being present, and
Mhm.
then here comes the test, because that's what I call it. If you're working on these things, then
Mhm.
the test comes right after, and
Okay.
our shit is like quick as hell. Like, it will be like,
Woo.
"Huh?" Knock you
Yeah.
on the side of the head real quick. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So,
Mhm.
and then the test literally came right after, and then I just plummeted. Once it's one, I literally was sitting in the other room. We were getting ready to leave or what have you,
Mhm.
and Coney was looking at me, and I was staring off into the distance. She's like, what's going on, what's happening? I was like, yo, like, I'm just having these thoughts,
Right.
and they weren't positive, trust and believe. It was just like old self just coming back, like, yep, Mm-hmm. No, Negro, this ain't about to happen. Y'all not finna do this.
Right,
the
right.
future, you know what I'm saying? And I was just like, I know. I know. Like, I know this is bad. I know. Like, and I'm just like, whatever.
Believing the shit,
and I'm
man.
believing the shit, and I'm allowing myself to go down the depths of my own hell and burn. Because you know what?
Literally.
I was tired. I was tired of like having to like constantly like go through like what is it again? Right? What is it again? What is it again? What is it again?
Yeah.
So within that, I became distant, not present, and and Koni's looking at the behavior, she's watching it and seeing the behavior as it's spiraling, and I'm just a bitch.
Straight up. And y'all, like, we be bitches to each other all the time, and it's fun. Like, we allow ourselves to express freely without judgment. So, the being a bitch part isn't necessarily the issue. It's the sabotage that's contributing to the bitchiness.
Yeah.
That's the issue.
Yeah. So within that, the thoughts of I'm not good enough to be in this relationship with a person that is so sweet. She's high vibratory. She needs to, she can do better because, she's better. So I'm like, how am I the chosen one? How did she choose me? How did this even happen when again, I'm feeling all these things when I'm just not worthy. I'm not worthy of her love. So, and I get into this mode of like, I'm tired of like having to hurt her. This is my thoughts. I'm tired of having to hurt her. I'm tired of having to be sharp. I'm tired of having to do all this stuff. And we come to these boiling points. And mind you, we talk about everything, even in the midst of it. There's no arguing over here.
No.
Right. So it just was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. And I'm going to share a revelation too that I had, because I had an Akashic reading earlier today with one of my dear sisters. And it was so eye-opening, and it was just such a breath of fresh air. I was crying my eyes out. And so what I realized,
that's why you got them glasses on.
That, girl, mind your business. Mind your business. But what the revelation or the realization that came was like, wow, it's almost like you want to bypass the part of the exchange where there's a response.
Right.
Like, you want to be in that moment of like sabotage and being a bitch in that moment, because it's familiar, it's comforting.
Yeah.
However, what you don't want to experience is the response from those closest to you, i.e. me, in that moment real time, because of justifiable reasons. However, when it comes to processes, you really can't you can't spiritual bypass things. That's just, it's not possible. You know what I'm saying? You actually have to be in every aspect of the process, and to be in a position to receive the abundance. Like, you have to. That's just what it is.
Absolutely.
And it's justifiable for your part, because for those of you who don't know us and who are just tuning in for the first time, Jade is moving from a 15-year relationship where it was like a marriage. She raised 2 kids. You was the main breadwinner. Like, your whole life has totally transformed. It is totally and utterly different than what it was before.
Agreed.
And so even just adjusting to this new life,
man,
like you said, you've been in your darkness and negative thought processes far longer than you have been in the light. And that goes for me too. And this goes for you too. This goes for everybody. When you are on your journey, especially when you're in a relationship with someone, you have to realize that you have been in negative thought processes for so much longer than you have been on your healing journey.
Facts.
And that's just facts. And when you are reframing your thoughts and behaviors, trust the distractions are there. So you're going to be knocked down often, because the healing journey is new. You know what I mean? You're discovering yourself within that process. And then you got to give yourself time to adjust, right? So while all these different things are happening, sabotage ass just be always in the damn building. Like, bitch,
like
called
all
you.
The time.
Like honestly, no one called you.
Nobody.
No one asked you any questions. Like, nobody.
Yeah.
And yet here she is. And honestly, self-sabotage, she's not a bad thing. You know what I mean? Like she's there to protect us because we're wired that way as human beings. When something is new and presented to us, we automatically identify it as danger,
Right.
danger, danger because it's unfamiliar, right? And so that's where sabotage comes in to try to protect us from the unknown.
Mm.
And so it's up to us to I'm not gonna say it's up to us to work through sabotage. You can't get rid of it.
You
That's
facts.
impossible. So you
It'll
you can't you
quiet
can't fight
down.
it. You can't fight
Yeah.
sabotage. You will lose. Honestly, you cannot fight, but you can work with sabotage. You can acknowledge your sabotage. You can
Facts.
comfort your sabotage, and you can push through with the resistance. This goes not just in relationships, but in life, right?
Absolutely.
So yeah, like she has these moments, and I want to touch on the hurting the feelings part,
Oh,
right?
let's do it. Let's
So
do
this
it.
was another thing that came up for me in my reading, and it's like for a long time, I'm gonna get to the reading part, but for a long time, I would mask.
No,
Are you
yeah.
pointing?
No, I was like,
Oh,
when
I'm like,
you
am I?
said
Did
you
I
gonna
miss a
get to the
cue?
reading part, you
Right.
like, boom. I'm like, mm-hmm.
All right, put a pin in it.
Right.
But for a long time, and this is just a characteristic of mine. I I played that role of like strength, like I'm okay. Like I'm not vulnerable with myself. I just be masking shit because, I was conditioned that way. Like I see my
Mm,
parents do that. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? Like I see my
mm-hmm.
parents, move through, tremendous pain, but still with a smile on their face. Like we still going
Right.
to church, like everything is all good, even though we
Ooh.
struggling. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so I was wired to just be this strong ass person that ain't nothing knocking me down, nothing's gonna affect me. I'm really good. Like you can smack me in the face and I'm
Facts.
okay.
Facts.
Like, it's all good. You know what I mean? Like I'm carrying so what came up in the reading is that not only am I carrying my weight and my shit, but I put myself in a position to carry somebody else's as if like it's okay. So like
Whoa.
I can be a punching bag for you and everything's fine. Like I'm okay. And that was from conditioning. Like that
Wow.
was from, childhood experiences. And so here it is, I'm an adult and I'm in this really beautiful relationship with Jade. And every time she's moving through her OTGs, and she doesn't know this what I'm about to tell her, but every time she moves through her OTGs, I'm like, yeah, yo, I'm good. It's human shit. Like, yeah, you hurt my feelings, but I'm
Right.
able to move through it so fast. But what I'm realizing now today, and I was so winded, y'all. Like, I took the longest nap. I was so winded with this release, and the tears hurt. Like when I was
Mm,
crying, my eyes were hurting so freaking bad. I never experienced that before, like with the release.
mm.
But the realization was that, yo, like it does hurt.
Facts.
My feelings do get hurt. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And it
Yeah.
does take me aback and it does, affect me in some way. Now,
Absolutely.
what I will say is the foundation, who I am, is unconditional love. I was
Absolutely.
born
I
that
agree with
way.
that.
So
I
I
agree with
do
that.
have an uncanny ability to, and I'm a cancer, y'all. I'm a like, so, cancers, we like to hold on.
She's
You
not
feel
just
me?
like a cancer. She's like what,
I'm a double.
double.
So I'm a Cancer. My sun is in Cancer,
And
my
then
moon is in
moon.
Cancer, and my
Yeah.
rising in Sagittarius.
Sagittarius.
And I have other Cancer placements in my chart, a lot of
Right.
Capricorn. But anyways, back to like I like to hold. So Cancers are known to hold on. So are Scorpios. You're a fixed sign,
Yes.
but I do have a beautiful ability to let it go, right? So
Mm-hmm.
and I feel that ability comes with me being unconditional love. I've always been that way.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what saves me. Like, yeah, I can and I'm an empath. So I be feeling shit so intensely,
Mm,
and I'll cry in the car. I'll cry in the bathroom. Like I won't let her see that I'm hurt because
right.
I don't want her to use that against me to be like, "Oh, see, this is why I need to leave." And she
Yeah,
does
I
that.
do.
So I hold back, like, yo, it's not that deep. It's not that deep, but it is that deep because I love you. And,
I
me
wouldn't say
being
hold it against you,
but that's what it
but
feels like to me. I'm not saying that that's what it
yeah, yeah,
is,
yeah,
but
yeah,
that's
yeah,
what it
yeah,
feels like because it's
yeah.
like, damn, you want me to be vulnerable. And the moment that I'm vulnerable enough to be like, yo, you hurt my feelings is the moment that you're going to be like, see, I hurt your feelings. This is why I need to leave. This is why I'm not good. This is why this is why
So
that.
that's my spiral.
That's what
Yeah,
it
that's what
is.
happens. Yeah.
And I don't like that shit.
Who do?
Period.
I don't
And
either.
so
What you mean?
but today I came to the realization I acknowledged it and I accepted it. And it's like, yo, I'm not okay. And it does hurt. And instead of wanting to run away, I want you to just continue to find your solutions to be better in your behavior because our relationship is so healthy and aligned. It is so
And it's
divine.
facts. Like
So
it
divine.
truly is facts. And you know how sabotage is a mother. I'm telling you,
Truly.
it's just like we are so used to negative, terrible things happening,
Mm-hmm.
negative, terrible relationships.
Right.
And
Like
then
we're
when you
expected.
have something that is just like there's really hardly anything, there's still our little,
Of course.
conversations. That's what I'm gonna call them, but they're conversations. They're not even arguments. So
Debates.
debates. So when that takes place, it's like, okay, this is going good, too good. We need to like go ahead and stir some shit up real quick. Like that's what it feels like.
But we don't even have to
But we
try.
don't even have to try.
The chaos just comes
It
because we're
does.
dramatic. We like drama, and like we're
It
both
does.
strong personalities.
Oh
She's a
man.
little bit more introverted. I'm
I
more
am.
extroverted.
Yeah.
However, when we're in the midst of each other, we're completely vulnerable and safe. So we do have a lot of moments where we're literally cussing each other out. Like, bitch, I don't know who the fuck you talking to. Real talk. Like, I'm not the
And we
fucking
really
one.
talk like this
Like
to each
real,
other
like we
when we're
do.
going, but we're not. We're talking like this. There's
Right,
no
we're
voices
talking like this.
raised.
Yeah,
at
we're
all.
talking like this, and then the
It's like,
intention.
and so
The intention behind it is expression because we need
Yeah.
we need to express
Yeah.
darkness.
No offense.
We have to. That keeps the balance. And so no offense is ever taken, literally none. Like I remember one time we was outside the apartment, we was walking upstairs, and you was having a moment.
I was having a
You was
moment.
being a
Another
bitch.
one.
And yo,
Another
you
one.
was so being a bitch, and I didn't care. Like I had enough. We had a full day of clients.
Yeah.
We was tired, and we just got out the car, and we're walking. We're outside, y'all. We're walking, to inside of our apartment, and she was like, "Fuck you, Koni," and I was like, "Fuck you too, bitch." Like we could take it in the street right the fuck now. Like we can fight right now. Like what's good? And it was just so comical because like 2 seconds later we was laughing our asses off, like just cracking up because
Fix that.
it's just hilarious. It's just dramatic and it's stupid. And it's like we're best friends. So it's just it always just, dissipates. It never turns into anything crazy because we understand like coming to the table.
Yeah.
One of my non-negotiables, shout out to my sister Minnie. Love you so much, girl.
Facts.
One of my non-negotiables coming to the table when we were courting was, disrespect.
Right.
I don't tolerate it.
Right.
Period. Like on no level, on no aspect. So if there's any intention for disrespect, we will not be together.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my foot is grounded in that.
Mm-hmm.
So we've never disrespected each other ever in life. We just give ourselves the jurisdiction to express freely without judgment and unconditional love. So
Right.
I like to cuss. She likes to cuss. We like to cuss at each other. It's funny as hell.
Adds pizzazz.
It adds character to the story, y'all. And your non-negotiable, one of your non-negotiables coming to the table was open communication.
Right.
You're not accepting anything less.
Mm-hmm.
And so, it works. We honor our non-negotiables for each other, and that also contributes to the balance and to keeping the healthy relationship.
Mm-hmm. What also messes me up though is like it's coming to me now. It's like
Mm-hmm.
I feel, it's like I have been also conditioned in my timeline to be like the perfect little girl, the perfect one that, she plays basketball, she gets good grades.
She don't get in trouble.
I don't get in trouble. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm people pleasing. Everybody likes me. So when I
Right.
do get in these modes to where like that I need to express, I hold that expression in.
Mm-hmm.
And because I hold that expression in, it just causes like wonky
Build up.
ass sharp movements and distance and things like that. So when I'm hurting her feelings, I feel like that old identity, like I'm letting that old identity down. That old like, oh, no, I'm perfect. Like I do well. Like, no, you gotta, you gotta love me. I'm not trying to hurt. I'm not gonna hurt your feelings. I'm not gonna do that. So that actually just came up right now. I'm like, wow, that is actually something.
Yeah.
That is like, I don't want to hurt your feelings yet. Because I'm like you said, I'm holding it in. We had
suppression.
I'm suppressing it
Mm-hmm.
and not allowing myself to say, hey,
right,
Koni, like some shit is going down. I'm spiraling. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to, I need to take a 5. I need a moment. Let me try to recollect my thoughts instead of opening up like that. Because again, the thought processes is if I even say that, I'm going to hurt her feelings because I'm wanting that distance. But it's that's not the case. If I go ahead and mention it and say it in the beginning, like she had mentioned, the whole spiral thing won't happen. And again, this takes practice, and I'm not going to hurt her feelings. This is again the non-negotiable. I said communication. Then you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put a pin in that because we got to go into another little ad. Okay.
Let's go.
I love it. Okay, so guys, tomorrow Sound Mind and Body Wellness will be hosting our integrative talk therapy workshop right here in this space. And this is your opportunity for group coaching. This is where you get to come in the midst of other like-minded individuals and shift your perspective, learn other options that will be, useful for you moving through your chaos. Okay.
Absolutely.
This workshop is so intimate, only 8 tickets available. Okay. It's live and in person. Come through, and that's going to be tomorrow at 7 p.m.
She's looking at me for a cue. Yes, tomorrow at 7
p.m. tomorrow.
Yeah, 1 hour.
All the links and everything is down below. So if you're in the Pinellas Park area or the St. Petersburg area, Tampa Bay area, whatever, and you're looking for community, you're looking for these courageous conversations that can literally reframe your thoughts and your behaviors and shift your identity at the core belief levels, this invitation is for you. Okay. Absolutely. Tickets are only $11.11. Make the investment for yourself. This is an investment of time. All right. Like absolutely. This is an investment of time for you. And
I love it. Yes.
Beautiful.
We are back.
Yes. Do a little, little trinkle something.
I love that one. I just absolutely love that one. I love the clap. Love it.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes. So, so how to overcome your unworthiness in healthy relationships, okay? The first thing you want to do is you want to become aware of your cycle or you're spiraling down. You want to become aware that you are triggered. You want to become aware that you feel some type of way, okay? And the next thing you want to do is you want to acknowledge yourself in that moment, real time. Acknowledge the emotions or the sensations that you're feeling in your body as they arise. Facts. Don't wait until they just blow up and out. Like as soon as you feel the emotion, you're going to feel it and you're going to be able to identify it most times what you're feeling, whether it's anger, frustration, agitation, confusion, whatever the emotion is, acknowledge it as soon as you feel it. Yes. Okay. The next thing you want to do is observe. You want to observe your well-being, your environment, observe you, like your mental state. What are your thoughts like? This is where you practice the art of being powerfully present. You just got to bring yourself back. Like, okay, you have the awareness that you feel some type of way. You're triggered. Okay. Yep. Then you're going to acknowledge the fact that, okay, I'm feeling agitated right now. Absolutely. I'm frustrated right now. Right. Why am I frustrated? What just took place? Right. Like what thing just took place that triggered me? Right. And then you want to observe, okay, like your mental and emotional states of being, like, am I okay? I'm not okay. Facts. My behavior, the response, like how people are responding to you or your partner's responding to you, your kids. Kind of observe all of that from an aerial view, meaning a third person view. Take yourself out of your, how do I say this? Take yourself out of your shoes, I guess, and kind of like observe everything from a higher perspective. Yeah, absolutely. That's what it is, from a higher perspective. And then the last thing you want to do is you want to make a choice to do something different. Okay. Something in support of pulling you out of that darkness, whether it's going to have some space, going outside, taking a deep breath, maybe writing it out, screaming, like whatever it is that you tell yourself you need to do to move you from this space. And then you need to implement that immediately. It needs to be something that you can do right away. That's very easy and, it's not stressful. So that technique that I just shared with you guys is called the AAOC, which is the 4 pillars of alchemy. Mm-hmm. This is our signature technique for, transformation. Like it's so potent and powerful because you're in control. You know what I mean? Like
self-sabotage don't like to do it.
She don't.
Ever.
She don't, because she know it works. She she wants to stay where she is. And that's just what it is. So that's one technique that you can utilize in a healthy and aligned relationship. And it's really going to benefit you because you're already in a good foundation, right? Like you're not in a relationship where you don't feel safe, So it's going to be easier for you to get through these processes because of the foundation. Now, I know that the topic of discussion is healthy and aligned relationships because we are in a healthy and aligned relationship. We're not in a tumultuous relationship, so we can't really speak about that right now.
Right.
I didn't use any of these techniques or processes when I was in all of my other relationships. Child, that's why they didn't last.
It wasn't.
They fell right through.
There.
They fell right the hell through. Just crumbled, dissipated. Like, wow. So yeah, you want to, and then open communication, right?
Yeah,
So you always want to have open communication. If you're in a relationship period, whether it's healthy or not, you want to strive for communication, because if you don't know that there's a problem or that a problem exists, there cannot be any change at all. Okay? No. At all. So open communication, and then, the disrespect piece. You want to treat the other person how you would treat yourself, or how you want to be treated, right? Like, you want to treat yourself that way first. Of course, like a lot of you all are still heavily disrespecting yourselves and you don't even know how, right? Your negative thought patterns, like Jade disrespects herself on the regular. That's why we have different perspectives in the relationship, because I've heard her say to herself or say to me, like, I'm annoyed with me. I'm getting on my own nerves. I don't like me. And then I heard she asked this question the other day, like, I can't believe you love me. Like, bitch, don't you love you? You know what I mean? And in those moments, she don't. She don't treat herself like she's worthy. You know what I mean? So the disrespect really starts with self. This is a big one. It starts with self. The moment that we stop disrespecting ourselves will be the moment that we stop disrespecting others.
Boom.
Okay? Because how you treat someone is a reflection of how you treat yourself. And that's real talk, right? So it all comes back to self. Make your life a priority.
Period.
Make your life a priority.
That's the motto.
And I love this concept of, especially for my tribe that are still single and are desiring their purpose mate and, their partner in life. It's really, really, really imperative that you treat yourself how you desire your partner to treat you. Yeah, because when you don't treat yourself the way that you desire them to treat you, you're not going to be able to identify it when it actually happens.
Just like, okay, you know that right now.
This is what is going on. This is what goes on sometimes. Like Jade, she misses her blessing.
I do.
She prayed for me. She asked God for someone like me, and she misses it all the time because what I am able to give her, she's not giving herself.
Nope.
So that she doesn't see it from me. And a perfect example of this is that time, girl, this bitch tried me. Talk about
to maximum capacity.
To maximum. She's
all
like,
the time.
I'm not being affectionate enough as far as physical touch. And I
said this to her.
What?
Yeah.
Like, sis, like at this point, I don't understand what you're saying. Like, you're not making any type of sense because first of all, I was doused and immersed in physical touch and affection.
I did the button. That was shots fired. Facts.
No, for real. And so you're the one not coming from that space. So you're not coming from that. So you're not conditioned in that, but I am. Right. And so you are receiving the most physical touch you have ever received in your life with me.
And she looks at me over her glasses.
Yeah, because I want you to get it. I need you to get it in your brain unconsciously.
Which I know this. I know.
And so, but when she was moving through another OTG, she had the nerve to tell me that, like, I'm not giving enough. And I'm like, I'm not giving enough? No, honey, you're not present to what I'm giving you because you're not giving it to yourself. Yeah. You're missing the mark because you're not being present and you're not giving it to yourself.
Missing all the blessings.
And so that was a whole nother
it ties right in. It ties right in though.
Yeah, it does. It does. It does. So, so the perspective shift here in this moment is treating yourself, okay, how you desire your partner to treat you so that you can identify your desires. You can actually see it when they give it to you because, oh, it's familiar. I'm doing it for myself. I know what it looks like, right? And I want you guys to integrate with that and start to practice loving you how you want your partner to love you so that you can see it. And then when you do that, you show up as the example. You show up as the embodiment of what that actually is so that, your partner and yourself can both, grow together in love and just continue to be better in practice.
Absolutely. Could you give the folks an example of something tangible they could do to begin to love themselves?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
As soon as you wake up in the morning and open your eyes, you should be honoring yourself. You know, whatever, if you believe in a higher power, great. You know, if you don't, great, whatever it is. But when you wake up in the morning, you should be honoring yourself. Like, damn, like for me, it's like infinite source creator, thank you. Thank you for another opportunity to be better than I was yesterday. I say that every day. Thank you for the opportunity to be better than I was yesterday. That's what I say. Why are you laughing?
I was just laughing because I'm like, I said to myself, I put infinite source on hold.
Girl, and that pissed me off. Last night,
I put infinite source on
literally,
hold.
y'all, last night, I was like, you know what?
I'm done with the conversation.
I literally had to exit left because to me, I am like, God is within me. And God is within me. And I feel like, yo, God is real. And I have very strong faith. And for Jade to be with me and to not want to acknowledge infinite source, it pissed me the fuck off. I'm gonna be honest. Cause I'm like, bitch, first of all, I'm the best thing that ever happened to you. And you know that was nothing but God. The way you be moving through in your internal processes. You know? She was trying.
How do you know?
How do you know? And then she's like, I'm not praying.
Right. I'm not doing it.
I was like, you know what? Good night. That was it. I literally ended the conversation. I'm like, I got up and everything. I left. I was like, good night. I'm
Turn
done.
The lights off and everything. Like I was like, oh, you going to bed? And like my ass, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you going to bed? Like
I left. I literally deuced out because I'm like, you know what? I don't have the space. I literally don't have it. I don't have it tonight with you because I know I'm talking to Sabotage. I'm not talking to Jade. I'm talking to Sabotage, and she always want to be a bitch with me, and she always want to fight. Like I said, and I be telling Jade like, yo, she wants to fight. You need to go and do something physically active that's going to exert that energy for you. And I think that's another good tip. It's coming up for a reason. So another great form of therapy, especially if you're in a healthy and aligned relationship and you need that balance, you need to get that energy up out of you. Kickboxing. Okay. I just went to kickboxing today and it was so amazing. And it just reminded me like, I need this exchange so that I can get this energy up out of my body. And I don't express this energy in a way that I won't be proud of, right? Like that I just don't want to experience. And so doing something that aligns with you physically will be a great source for you, a resource for you.
Yeah, and if it's not kickboxing, it's something like whether it's
anything.
Running, the treadmill,
push-ups, anything.
Some type of physical exertion should take place to be able to move the energy out. I mean, I've had some folks, like we have some folks in our friend circle that they go ham. They in the gym. They go ham when they're trying to
really,
and on the trails and doing all types of different things because it is helping and assisting
the
to
energy,
move that energy out because it's almost like aggression. Like the fact it was to bring it up and you put a word behind it.
Well, yeah, it makes sense. So. Sabotage already got an attitude because you want to be better. You're already shifting and transforming your identity. You're not entertaining or being stimulated in ways that you once were. You're not eating the same things. You're not digesting the same things. You're not watching the same things, listening to the same, like everything is different. So Sabotage is already feeling some type of way about that. So when it comes to, these growth opportunities, these OTGs, she really is going to take advantage of that so that she can get you to feel like how you used to feel back in the past.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And Koni and I had a conversation last night. I'm going to bring it up. In the midst of me wanting to exit left, all because I don't want to be the bad guy, even though I become the bad guy because I'm not doing I'm not practicing. Let's just be completely honest. I'm not practicing.
Yeah.
All right. So she brought up something that was like, ting, she was like, basically, I'm going to ad lib this, but it was like, how do you know? And you can reframe it, but she was like, how do you know that no. I don't want to say how do you know, but it was along the lines. Was it how do you know that I'm?
How do you know that by you leaving, my life will be better?
There we go.
Because that's what she likes to say. Like, if I leave, everything will be better. You're gonna do this and that and the third. I'm like, are you God? Like, how do you know this? How do you know this?
Negro from my head. That's all. Like,
right.
Perspective. What you talking about?
And then I was like, girl, first of all, you pulling observation from old ass data.
Old ass.
It don't limiting ass data. Like,
it's facts.
You can't pull observation from the past. Like, not in this context. You can't. Nah.
Right. And bring up too, when you was talking about like our relationship, this is more than a relationship of love. I want you
Right.
to explain that, because we
Yes.
again, we have conversations about that. Like, we are in the midst of this right now.
Right now, you guys. This is
You
real
know what
time.
I'm saying? This is real time.
Yeah,
So
we're working through it. So in my perspective, like, being in a container that is as serious as marriage, right? To me, it's not all about love. Like, you know what I mean? Like butterflies and unicorns. Now,
for sure.
if the foundation unconditional love, absolutely.
Yeah.
The foundation of any relationship should be unconditional love. That's what's holding everything up, right? However, the relationship is not just existing for love. To me, the relationship is also for purpose. And so I'm not just with you because you're beautiful,
Right.
and you make me feel good.
Right.
Like, I'm with you because you're in a position that is going to allow me to grow to my potential.
Facts.
You're in a position that's going to allow me to discover my divinity. You're in a position to allow me to practice my being.
And y'all was like,
you understand? And so I'm like, like, you're a part of my vision. I'm devoted to my vision.
Right.
I'm a
That's
visionary.
what it was. Yeah, the vision.
And
piece,
you're
yeah.
a part of my vision. So for you to just dip out because you don't want to hear my mouth, or you don't want to experience, my feelings getting hurt, is absurd to me. Because one, I let it go. I don't hold it over you. I don't throw it in
Facts.
your face. And it's human shit. You know how I feel about human emotions. We're spiritual beings having a human experience, y'all.
For sure.
Like, when we
For
are done
sure.
with this reality, we're not taking this shit with us.
Not trying to.
I'm not doing it. I'm not taking it with me. Okay.
Facts.
And so, yeah, it's like there's so much more purpose than love to me in this container. And I also let her know too, like, yo, you leaving me, you're not just leaving me. You'll be leaving Kimmy, you'll be leaving Sound Mind and Body Wellness, you'll be leaving your clients, your community, everything that we have built, bits of tea,
Be like,
everything
out,
that we have built,
Cut it
you
off.
would be leaving. Okay.
Yeah.
I want you to understand that. And then
Yeah.
it's just like another perspective is like, how do you know that you being by yourself is going to be,
It's gonna be
totally
productive,
conducive
right? Like,
for you?
Right.
Okay, because you're
my darkness be dark.
And I told her real talk. I'm like, yo, I don't know if you being by yourself in your darkness that you would actually make it out.
Yeah.
Honestly, because I've seen you in your dark. You in your darkness with me is weak.
Yeah.
You're weak when you're in your darkness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I am too. Like, but I ain't that weak. I'm not. Let me take that back.
I'm not either.
I'm not. You're not weak. But your thoughts make you feel like it, and
Facts.
you believe it. You believe the lies.
That's the part.
I don't believe the lies.
Behind it.
You believe the lies. I'll let myself feel it for however long. You know what I mean? And I'll pull myself out of it. I'm
gonna blame it on the Scorpio moon energy.
Girl, do what you gotta do, because honestly, your darkness is dark, and you believe the lies, and you allow yourself to feel weak, even though you're not. Yo, she is one of the strongest people I have ever met in my damn life. She is stronger than a lot of men that I know, physically strong, y'all. So it's got to represent something. And she don't work out. Like, she was an athlete, yeah, sure, but her strength is impeccable. I'm like, we weigh the same, but she's heavy. I can't pick her up at all. Like, I can't do it. But she can throw me on her shoulders, literally, like, whoop, up there, So that to me is a representation of, like, you are strong, not just physically, but you're also strong mentally.
Yeah.
And you have the capacity to be strong spiritually if you exercise that muscle.
Exactly. I agree with you.
And you can't exercise the muscle without infinite source. I'm gonna let y'all know right now. This is my perspective and my belief. If you don't align with it, totally okay. I'm not talking to you.
Facts.
Okay. But those of you who do align with it, yo, there's infinite source. You can't you can't do nothing without it. All right. Like, infinite source is the foundation. You're not gonna be able to exercise nothing at all without infinite source. Okay. God, whoever you acknowledge infinite source to be for you. Okay. And that's just real talk. And Jade is finding herself back to infinite source. And it's a very beautiful journey.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is. When you start to exercise your communication back with yourself and source, you're going to exercise your spiritual strength. And when you go through these dark moments again in the future, it's not going to feel the same. It's not going to feel as taxing, as heavy. You're going to feel your power and your strength. Like, yeah, you will feel it,
you.
but
I completely believe
you move through it faster each and every time.
Than what I think that
like,
I do. I
in
feel
the beginning was crazy.
Slow as hell.
No, it's not slow. It's quantum. And y'all, when you are healing at a quantum rate, you're going to feel it more intensely. It's going to be more chaotic. It's going to be more painful, but only because of how quickly you are collapsing time. Okay.
Facts.
For what it could take another person 10 years to come to some realizations and to reframe some behaviors. But when you can collapse 10 years into 3, oh, you better believe that it's going to be very chaotic during those shifts. It's going to be very painful because, again, of how quickly the healing is taking place.
That's
Yeah.
facts. I just remember
Right.
in the beginning of when our courting stage,
Child.
she was like, she came up and she was like, auntie, mama, daddy. This, it felt like, you know, she had her arms crossed and she was taller than me and looking down like, Negro.
I wasn't for the shit at that time.
Don't freaking hurry up.
I was way less patient
Yo,
during those days because I was on my journey too. I'm learning.
Right.
I have a
You
very
can catch up.
Yes, I'm very rambunctious and like I want what I want when I want it. Like I'm a scattered thunderstorm. That's her nickname for me. Scattered thunderstorm. And it's so true. So yeah, in the beginning, and your darkness was hella dark because you was coming. It was a transition.
Like,
it was a very swift and quick transition for you. And you went from like being
0 to 100,
0 to 100 because I was already immersed in the healing.
Already,
I was already on quantum type of time, and she was.
I was journeying. I was already, you know, there, but not on the
quantum.
Quickness.
Yeah, not quantum.
You know, I was taking my little turtle ass time. So.
Right. And when she came into my world, honey, and this is what she asked for. She asked for this. But when she came into my world,
unrecognized.
Right.
Unrecognized. Seriously.
So when
we unrecognized so much, like it just because we are all connected. So it's just like how many relationships have truly, you know, went left because
of the unawareness
Tons. Of what you have asked for.
Tons. That's why the divorce rate is so high.
Yeah.
That's why it's so high because people don't recognize, you know, the things that are within themselves that they're attracting. And they also don't recognize the things that they have in front of them and they fuck it up.
Man, that's
crazy.
real
talk. That's real talk.
Yeah.
And I probably have been on both ends of the spectrum with that. Truly. And now I'm even going front. You know what I mean?
Too.
Honestly, I'm gonna say this right now. You know, all of my exes, I really do appreciate them because without those experiences, I wouldn't be the person I am for Jay today. Yeah.
That part right there.
And that's growth. That's growth because, you know, back before the awareness and the healing, I held a lot of anger within me just from childhood things that I carried into these relationships. And again, just not being aware of what I was already holding. And so, you know, being a part of these experiences to where I would feel angry contributed to, you know, a lot of chaos and just the ending of relationships. But honestly, I'm super grateful for those relationships. I'm grateful for those catalysts because they activated me in different ways to now, like, I'm really a phenomenal partner. You know, truly a phenomenal partner.
Yeah,
and I can say that and I can acknowledge that within myself. And yeah, so shout out to all my exes, even though, you know, it is what it is.
It is what it is. And it's just a learning curve at the
Right.
end of the day. Like
Yeah.
those relationships serve their purpose at
They
the end
did.
of the day.
Yeah.
So because I know we're getting close to the minute
Where we
mark, you
at?
guys.
Okay,
So we're doing really good. So before we end this, before we begin this, I wanted to touch back base on the God topic, really.
Yes.
So that is a wound of mine, okay, because religion had been used against me, right?
It's a big one.
Because of, you know, who I am and what I stand for, right? So I don't know how many, you know, folks I'm talking to out there in regards to, you know, me praying, right? I wanted to pray the gay away. Okay.
Call it out.
I wanted to pray the gay away. And it was just like, I would be on my knees because of, you know, the religious, my father at the time was, you know, he was a pastor, you know, it was a mess.
Child.
So I'd be on my knees praying the gay away. I take it away from me. I don't want it. I don't need it. Why is this happening?
Man.
So that was the wound, you know, those little things create wounds. Cause I'm like, if you are all might and all being, why am I this way? Why do I have to get
right.
ostracized? Why do I have to get looked at? Why am I considered an abomination?
Wow.
Like why? You
Yeah.
know, I don't appreciate. I didn't appreciate it, and I said I don't appreciate it because I'm still moving through
I
it.
don't. That was real.
So
That was an
that was
unconscious,
I
like,
caught it.
she came
I
right out.
caught it. I don't
And it's okay.
appreciate
It's
it.
okay.
And that is the thought processes or the layers of just the darkness that's inside,
Mhm.
and I would call it bitterness.
Yeah.
Towards
God.
towards God, towards infinite source for allowing this to happen to me. I'm you allowed this to happen. He was like, Negro, there's like 8 billion people on the fucking planet. Like, who is you? Like, you just a little drop in the damn like ocean.
pond,
Like,
right.
quit playing and quit, like, get out your ass. But that
Right.
is like a real life moment though.
Mhm.
And I know especially you lived around the 80s and 90s,
Mhm.
like when in the what is the age of Pisces or whatever it was,
Girl.
just that whole like religious movement and
Right.
evangelistic
Right.
times and
Right.
and shoot
Why you say
gays
evangelist?
because I was in the midst of that, like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, sweating. I used to think I was a pastor child, but
Yeah.
but
That's
I'm so
real.
but that's real. So I'm acknowledging that wound.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I've even went out of, what I call Christianity and delve into, other religious practices to where I was like, I'm going to find God for myself.
Right.
And going through those avenues, still getting disappointed, still feeling like, okay, where are you at?
Mm.
I just say, I told Koni one time, I said, God he love you. He can't stand my ass. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because the shit just keeps rolling downhill.
Yeah.
Or
Again,
uphill, actually.
right. Can I say something?
Yeah.
So, and this goes back to the identification, right? Like, I believe that God is within me. I had a different upbringing with God. God wasn't used against me.
For sure.
So I have always had a beautiful relationship with infinite source. However, I've been able to identify God within myself and within my life. So it's easier for me to see God in reality because of that.
I love that.
Now, it wasn't the same for Jade, is why she's having
not
a
at
hard
all.
time identifying who God is and where, because, religion and society creates this false picture of what God is or who God is and what it looks like.
Absolutely.
But God is all things. Like, infinite source is everything, all things. And so infinite source can appear to you through a person and a message, right? Like, infinite source can be a beautiful view in nature, could be a sunny breeze. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, infinite source is everything, is all things, And so, but again, if you don't have that identification for yourself already, it's going to be really, really difficult for you to see infinite source in your reality.
Facts.
Now, I know this personally because I just had a period of like dissociation. And this is going to be for another topic, another episode, and we'll go into that. But, I was angry with God because of what took place in my life.
Absolutely.
And I literally cut my own self off from that connection. And
boy,
oh
boy,
boy, okay. And like, life is so different. And I refused to acknowledge God. And so we'll get into that. But I'm saying all that to say, like, yo, it's the identification for your own self from your own experiences. Now, you've been granted. I feel like this relationship is God, honestly, because why?
And I
like,
believe it.
like,
I believe it.
Why with your sabotaging thoughts and what they make you feel like? Why would you be in a container with someone like me?
And it's safe. Yeah. Fact.
If it wasn't for God.
I mean, you asking me that right now, you are at, like, I there is no rebuts. I was trying to rebut and go all the way around.
She
the
be
corner,
trying to tit for tat,
and it be, it makes sense, but it's like, okay, you trying too hard.
And she be searching for the words, and I'm like, because it don't make sense. Just let it go.
Like, come on, man. Like, let it go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
okay, yeah, go ahead.
Go.
No. Well, I was gonna say, right. I was gonna say, from this experience though, I will say that, the things that we've come to the conclusion of, which has been facts, we've been came to these conclusions, but now I'm ready to embody them, is that we need space.
Yeah.
If you're in a healthy and aligned relationship, you need space to be alone with yourself.
Right.
You need that time to discover yourself and to be with yourself so that you can be better for yourself and for your partner and your family. And so with that being said, it's like, yo, you do need space. I do need space. And we're taking tangible actions to create that reality for us. Because I'm not gonna lie, when I had the space at the client's house, I also enjoyed that.
Absolutely.
For the first time, I was able to focus on the task at hand and
Y'all,
complete some
because
really
when we're
important things.
together,
It's so engulfing.
It's awesome.
It's awesome as
But
hell.
we
But it's
really
very distracting.
don't get
We don't get shit
nothing
done. Not, I mean, we get some things done, but not in
not
the way we want to.
exactly.
Not the way we
we
wanted
spending
to.
time like
Yeah.
like just loving on each other
Mhm.
and
Communication,
laughing, and
just
communication,
whatever.
whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, I agree with you. I'm
So
glad.
space
Yeah,
is
space
another
is- yeah.
very important factor
Facts.
in all relationships, especially healthy and aligned. And whatever that looks like for you is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. We love me time, like
Yeah.
we can spend 2-3 weeks a month maybe apart and
Yeah.
be just fine, because
Yeah.
that's us. Like that's just what works for us. And so I'm super happy that I'm acting on that
Yeah.
because today felt good for me. I'm like, I'm retracting. I was retracting like a mug. She thought that there was tension. I'm like, it's not tension. It's just that I'm not giving you any energy right now because I don't have it to give. I don't have it to give to you.
And I wasn't offended.
She wasn't. And
I went on about my business. I
yeah.
tended to
It was a great day for her
the work
and me.
duties and everything like that. Made my phone calls, whatever I needed to do. So
yeah, and I
it
want
was
more of
wonderful.
that. So during this period of time, like where you're moving through, your darkness and learning and stuff like that, and me too. Space is necessary and space will be had. Like I'm really grateful for it.
Me too. So yes, you guys, like we are currently moving through that. We love each other as you see right now. Like we still love each other going through these processes. It's not an easy task whatsoever. So yes, I had allowed my darkness to come through, but realizations come after the difficult conversations that we do have. So yeah. So we are fitting to get off of here real quick.
Yeah,
you
but
guys,
before we do that, let's shout out some because I know y'all see this
real
cute
quick.
little water bottle right
real
here.
quick.
Okay, this is not an ad, but y'all, I just want to show you guys this amazing 17-ounce water bottle. It's like stainless steel.
Yeah.
It is so pretty. We are so excited for it, you guys. It has our logo on there. It has make your life a priority. This is our first product that we're launching in 2023. And y'all, no lie, the water be cold for like hours. One time we left the water in here overnight just to see. I swear the water was still kind of cold the next day. I'm like, okay, let's go. Thermal.
Yeah, we over here testing everything together too, guys. So new merch. We got our what we call that our
days of the week
shirts.
For those of y'all been rocking with us, we have like Manifestation Monday, Serendipity Tuesday, Magical Wednesday, Create Change Thursday. What is it? Own It Friday, and then Walk It Saturday,
and I Am Sunday.
And I Am Sunday. So we got our shirts. I love this design.
Outfitters, y'all.
Outfitters. Y'all show some support. A lot of y'all been rocking with us for some time. We really appreciate it. We really do take it serious what we do for the community. And we love y'all, so go ahead and support. All the links are down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Tap you're trying to go right now. You're trying to go right now.
Tap as many people as you can into the conversation.
And I wanted to say shout out to Julia with Counting Rows real quick. Yo, like she is customizing my serendipity. Go ahead right there. Boom. Hit it. Yes. She is working on customizing my Serendipity Tuesday shirt. I can't wait to see the result of that. So that will be coming back. Then she also is hosting an event here on the 26th.
Yes.
Okay, at Sound Mind and Body Wellness. It was geared towards women empowerment. And guess what? You're going to learn how to crochet. And it is for all levels. You can be beginning, you can be advanced, but it is going to be a fun time. It's the 26th at 8:00, I believe, right?
Yeah. Tickets are on Eventbrite.
Yeah.
So on that note,
begin the day with love.
Fill the day with love. End the day with love. Peace.